up above my head. I feel freedom in the air. Up above my head, I feel freedom in the air. Up above my head, I feel freedom in the air. I know there must be a God somewhere.
We are fighting for a world where our children are not seen as threats in kindergarten. They are not sat out of classrooms, suspended, and funneled directly into the insatiable appetite of the school-to-prison pipeline. We are fighting for a world where it is easier to graduate than it is to get a gun. We are asking every person in this country to imagine a future where Black people receive equitable treatment under the law within our society. And we're asking you today to help us realize that future.
If you read this, it says, I have the right to freedom. If you read here, we have the right to live equal. And if you see this madman here, he's saying, give us freedom now.
Last fall, 4 members of the football team at Lansing Catholic School took a knee instead of standing during the national anthem, just as some professional football players had done. They knelt to bring attention to the problems of racial injustice, inequality, and police brutality that have been so damaging to our society. Their simple act of protest against social injustice upset some people. It even made some angry. They said the young men were being unpatriotic, disrespecting veterans, disrespecting the flag. They just wanted attention. Even though that's not at all what their protest was about. Their school did not support them, but they believed what they were doing was right and important, so they continued to protest and speak out with the support of their families. The students were punished by not being allowed to play during their games. If they kept kneeling, they were told there would be bad consequences. They might even be expelled from school. They endured a lot of negative comments. 2 of them left Lansing Catholic High School and enrolled in other schools. Even though some people didn't support the students, many others recognized the courage they showed in bringing attention to racial injustice. And that is important because keeping the freedoms we have in this country depend on people who are willing to stand up for themselves and others, even when they are criticized or even threatened. Last month, Michael, Matthew, Kabash, and Rohe were recognized by the mayor of Lansing and the city council for their courage and commitment to racial equality. Today we honor them as well. Judith Rao Devaney, chair of the Committee to End the New Jim Crow, and Anne Marie Hodges, who is from the Diversity and Inclusion Work Group, will be presenting the award. And then after briefly addressing the congregation, the honorees will join our middle and high school youth for a conversation about youth activism.
Good morning, I'm Anne Marie Hodges, and I'd like to invite our young guests up one at a time. Michael Lynn III, please come and join Judith here on the stage. Kabash Richards. And Roger Williams. pleased to present you with these medallions produced by the United States Mint, bearing the images of Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King, whose tradition of nonviolent witness for social change you have carried on among us. Along with these awards, we pledge to continue our education and advocacy in the hope that our communities will be worthy of the young people who will inherit them. We'd like to welcome each of you in turn to make a few statements if you'd like.
So I didn't prepare anything, but I almost cried just because it's an overwhelming feeling. The support, the love, I'm like shaking. I can't say thank you enough. Not even just for the award, but for the support, for the love, just everything. I mean, it's exactly what keeps us going. You know, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't have the strength to do it. So, yeah, thank you.
All right, so I got a little speech for you guys. Good morning. My name is Roger Williams. Thank you, Unitarian Universalist, for this honor. We appreciate the opportunity you've given us to talk to you and your youth group. In reading your 7 principles, words of dignity, justice, and respect for all, are things we're working towards to ring true. We are proceed to fight for those in our school and our communities. We hope that you will continue to join us in and support our fight of racism and injustice by letting your voices be heard. Thank you.
Unlike Roger, I don't have anything. But I'd like to thank everybody for supporting us and that you guys have fueled us to keep doing what we do and for me to keep fighting on my basketball team, no matter the consequences, and that we go on from here and we be the foundation for our community and help us succeed in life.
Yes.
Matthew Abdullah, the 4th of the LCHS4, was not able to be with us this morning. Apparently he is ill, so we're going to send his award with the other boys.
I don't know whose good idea it was for me to talk after the feelings part. These young men will now join our middle and high school youth for a conversation about how we can live into our values and advocate for our beliefs.
And justice, at its best, is power correcting everything that stands against love. Dr. Martin Luther King.
Up above my head, I feel freedom in the air. Up above my head, I feel freedom in the air. Up above my head, I feel freedom in the air. I know there must be a God somewhere. Above my
You see, I don't need you to just care about my issues. I need you to care about me. When you truly do that, you will automatically care about my issues, my challenges, and share my victories. So when you see something, say something. To be silent is to be complicit.
Calling on the bottom out of me. Somebody's got to inspire you. Revolution in me. What you got on music, baby? What you got on people, baby? What you got on love, baby?